Hello, my lovely students. I hope that you had a fantastic Thanksgiving, ate good food, traveled safely. You're ready to finish this semester off strong. So let's talk about what happened, where we're going. Okay, you all received credit for your results and discussions sections. You should have also received feedback. I think we talked about that last week. You have feedback. If you didn't turn in on time, you didn't get your feedback on time, and it's coming. I believe, though, most of the feedback has been taken care of at this point. One thing that you may have noticed, your grade may have jumped dramatically over the weekend, and that is because I went back through those personal application assignments. All 3 of those mid-semester checks have been completed, so you should have received credit for them. I have the gradebook open, so I'm going to double check that everyone has a score. I believe that you do. It's refreshing slowly. So I believe you all have a score for those personal application assignments. Couple of things with that. So the 3 mid-course checks have been completed, but the final check has not been completed. My plan is to complete that final check. Sorry, I'm still looking for that. Okay. Yes, I believe everyone has received information. My plan is to complete that final check early next week, hopefully Monday. And the reason for this is I know that you have several weeks left to do those personal application assignments, but I also know that a lot of important assignments are going to come due in the next few weeks. I also know that the likelihood that you're going to complete those personal application assignments the last week of class is almost 0. So let's get as much of it done as we possibly can now. Let's get as much of it as we possibly can done now. You've had more than 12 opportunities to complete, or you will have had more than 12 opportunities to complete personal application posts by the 9th. So you can go back and redo any of those posts that you didn't do, or by redo, I mean select those prompts that maybe you hadn't selected previously and make those last minute additions. You'll notice in your feedback, I believe you will all notice this in your feedback, it will say how many total posts that you've completed and how many you have left. For example, it says you have completed 10 out of 12 posts and 2/3 of the job description announcement posts. The other categories are complete. This is just to help you know that I've gone through and counted those posts up for you, and this is what you're missing to complete this. Please know that this assignment, I don't really feel that I should be grading you on your opinion. I don't feel that I can grade you on your spiritual insight. I feel that I can grade you on whether or not you have completed the assignment. So I'm not judging the quality of your spiritual insight or your insight into the case studies. I am judging that you tried, because your spiritual insight to the prompt and mine might be different. Your insight into the case study and mine are very likely going to be different. So please just make sure that you complete it. I know that you can complete it. Completion. Let's do it. You need 12 posts, 12 total posts, 3 from the Create Your Own Adventure, which is spiritual insight, 3 from the job announcements, and 3 from those case studies, and then 3 of your own choosing. You can mix and match as you like. Just make sure that you've completed those 3 requirements. And like I said, if for 1 week you decided I'm going to do a spiritual insight post instead of a case study, you're welcome to go back and look at those previous case study, choose your own adventure, job description. Make sure you put that in. If you are doing the job description, job announcements, please make sure that when you do that you explain how this relates to your career goals. Like, here is an assistant professor of public health at the University of Utah. Awesome. Okay, if all you post is that, you're not going to receive full credit, because you can't be an assistant professor of public health at the University of Utah, given your current situation. But if you can explain kind of how this fits in a sentence or 2, then you can get full credit on that job posting. So just keep this in mind. The 9th, I will evaluate on the 9th. Make sure you go through and look through it. I'm just double checking really quick. I do believe that everyone has received all of their 3 checks. If you are one of the people that for some reason you're still sitting at less than 50 points for this assignment, that means that there was something wrong with your post, and I had put a note in there. For example, there were a couple of people who uploaded documents instead of posting in the post. If you were one of the people that uploaded the documents instead of just pasting the text into the post, you're going to need to go through and make those edits. You need to paste the text. We're not attaching a separate document for that. I believe that was the only real issue. If you are one of the people that decides, I have 10 out of 12 posts done, I fulfilled all the 3 categories, I don't want to do this assignment anymore, cool, it's fine. I'm fine with that. Know that for every post that you do, you get a point up to 12 points. So for example, if you've completed 11 of the posts, you will get 11 out of 12 points. If you've completed 10, 10 out of 12, just so you know. Each additional post up to 12 is worth 1 point, but a significant number of points are available for completing each of those initial categories. So please, please, please get those done, because I want your final paper submission on the 14th and your final poster submission on the 14th to be the end for you. I want you to have that extra week to focus on your other classes and just be like, I'm done with Health Science 391. Thank heavens, I am done. I never have to worry about that crazy teacher again. Whew. I really want that to happen to you next Friday. Okay. So let's chat about where we're going. This week you are working on your, I'm so sorry, my neighbors' landscapers are outside my window. Maybe that will make them want to mow my grass and blow my leaves. I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway, so this week we're working on the peer feedback. Remember, you need to provide feedback on 2 papers and 2 posters. You need to use both the rubric and the Word and PowerPoint review features in order to receive credit. Provide substantial feedback. If you get something that's awesome, then tell them what they did. Amazing. Point it out specifically with those Word review features. Make sure you look through that rubric, because the rubric that you're using looks very much like the rubric I'm using, and it will help you get a better idea of what needs to be included in your final paper or poster and make those changes as needed. You need to submit both of those peer feedback assignments by the 7th. If they're not submitted by the 7th, you will not get credit. If you are one of those people that did not submit your papers on Thanksgiving Day, you will receive a 0 for the submission of your paper or poster, but you are welcome to receive up to full credit on the other 2/3 of the assignment, which were the 2 peer reviews. So in your group, every paper needs to be reviewed twice, every poster needs to be reviewed twice. You personally must review 2 different posters, 2 different papers. That being said, you can do both the poster and the paper for the same person. That's fine. You don't have to make sure you're reviewing 4 separate people, but you need to have 2 separate papers, 2 separate posters. Let me know if you have any questions about that peer feedback. It should be submitted by and sent to the people by the 7th, so you can start making those revisions. Your final papers, your final experimental report, and your final posters are due next Saturday on the 14th. I don't know why I want to say Friday. It's Friday the 13th. They are due on Saturday the 14th. Please turn them in on time, because if you don't, you will receive a 0 and then you will fail the class, which is a bummer. You don't want to see me again. I don't think you want to see me again. So make sure that you submit those on time. Incorporate your peer feedback into those papers. Remember that I'm going to be looking at what people said about your paper. So if you, for example, chose to ignore all the peer feedback, that will not be good. Then the peer feedback assignment will be less beneficial to you and your paper will be less great. So please make sure that you incorporate that. Also, next week, you are going to be presenting your posters to various teachers. Please make sure that you sign up for that. I believe that that is listed in the course where you sign up. Sister Maxfield is doing presentations, and Dr. Jepson is doing presentations, and I will be accepting presentations. All of my poster times will be on Tuesday or Thursday mornings. I believe it's 7:30 Rexburg time. I believe that's when my things start. If you are one of those people who have some weird problem signing up for a poster session, let me know, because there are some people that will look at the schedule and this won't, it won't be a possibility. Let me know. I know some of the other instructors have students in Australia, and we're not going to ask you to wake up in the middle of the night. So if you have a problem, let me know. We will see what we can do to accommodate that. I'm looking at the schedule right now. It looks like a lot of people still need to go ahead and sign up for those times. Anytime you want to sign up, please make sure that you do that. Remember that different instructors may grade slightly differently. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'm happy to answer those questions, but I'm excited to see some of you present next week. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.